Hello my people, it is your boy Toyin. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm talking about why I'm decided to change direction a little bit with building out DanceBuddy. For a little bit of quick context, DanceBuddy is a mobile application I've been building for the last couple of months. The mobile app designed for dancers to help them organize their moves, choreographies, and dance battles, organized all in one place. Before I get into the actual video, if you wouldn't mind liking the video, commenting down below, sharing, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And let's get straight into this video. So in my last video, I actually talked about how I thought I was very close to being able to ship an MVP version of DanceBuddy. The reason was I got the main features done, such as uploading videos, creating folders, being able to move files between folders. But what I then did is actually did some user testing, right? I downloaded the application onto my own phone. I went to some dance classes, recorded some moves, recorded some choreographies, uploaded them to DanceBuddy. Now, it was working pretty well. The upload works fine. I'm able to upload new videos. But what I actually realized is that I missed that one key functionality or key feature. And that is, I hadn't built the ability to be able to rename files or folders. And when I was actually using the application, I realized that that is actually a pretty big deal, right? So my original thought was, for the MVP, I don't need to add this feature, right? I just thought maybe I'll release the app and I will leave that to a little bit later. When I actually used the application, I realized, hey, this is a pretty key feature. I need to be able to rename files and folders just in the way that the application works. So that's one of the features I realized that I need to add before I can ship this. That has then led me on to the pretty major change in direction that I'm making the application as a whole. So a couple of months ago, one of my first videos that I'll probably put up here somewhere was that I decided in terms of the tech stack to not include a database. The reason was the application is mainly concerned with files, right? Videos essentially. And Firebase gives you the option of organizing those videos by using prefixes. So I thought, I don't need a database. I can just keep things organized using Firebase storage and keep them organized in that way as you would on your laptop as well, right? However, that has a couple of downsides. And one of the major ones is that when I'm moving files between folders, it takes a while. I have to delete the file from Firebase, then re-upload the file, right? There's no provision for just renaming something or just moving something to another folder. So I was quite happy with that at the beginning, but I've actually realized that by not including a database, I'm shooting myself in the foot. I'm making things much more difficult. Moving files takes a lot longer because I have to delete it and then re-upload it. So you have to wait a couple of seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds to re-upload the file. And also the same thing would happen if I were to just rename a file. You can't just rename a file in Firebase storage. I would have to delete the file and then re-upload the same file with a different name. So because of that, I have now decided to unscrap databases, right? So I'm going to create a database for all of the files that a user uploads to DanceBuddy, and then add some metadata, have a name, the path to the file, etc. So it's a change in the way the app is going to work. It means that there's going to be a lot of changes that I'm going to have to do. The release that I was planning on doing, a few select kind of private beta users, is going to be delayed by a few weeks. I was imagining it's a pretty big change. But the reason I need to make this change is to make my own life easier in the future. Now that's the reasons, basically. One thing I want to touch on is the massive importance of actually private beta testing or user testing your own application before doing a full-on release or launch, right? So I thought I was quite close to being able to release DanceBuddy, but after doing the testing myself, after using it in a real life scenario, I realized that there's a couple of features that are actually key to the way the app needs to work, or the way I want it to work. And if you're building your own application, if you're building a website, if you're building a web app, a mobile app, a game even, you have to test it with real users before doing a kind of big launch, right? whether that is friends, family. Ideally, it would be users that would actually benefit from your app, such as myself, right? I'm benefiting from DanceBuddy because I'm a dancer. I go to dance classes, I record things. Getting people to actually use the app will tell you which features are actually key for your MVP. Because I think that's one of the bigger issues sometimes. How do you decide which features are key for the MVP and which features you can leave to a little bit later? It's a difficult decision, but having people test the app will tell you which things are actually really, really important. What makes your app usable and not usable. You want it to be usable. Maybe it's not perfect, but it has to be usable. It has to solve a certain issue. It has to be useful for people, but you don't want too many features to the point where you're building it out forever. So yeah, that's just my little tidbit. That's the update on DanceBuddy. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be working on essentially refactoring the whole application so that instead of using Firebase storage and relying on that, I'm now using the databases provided by Firebase and using that metadata to then just call Firebase storage and pull the files from there. If you're stuck with me, thank you for watching the video. I've decided to kind of create shorter length videos, maybe 8 to 10 minutes from now on. So let me know if you like this type of content. As always, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.